Hello and welcome to the first of what I hope will be many developer streams on building out the Orville. So what we're going to do today is populate the doors into the door frames, because when we made the announcement video all of the doors were separate from the frames themselves, and we want to be able to make it so the doors just appear automatically whenever we put in a frame. So things like this guy here can go, we don't need him. He can go, we don't need him. And the idea is, as soon as we put a frame there, the door appears with it. So just make sure there are no doors. Here's a couple of doors. Don't want them. They can go away. These doors here, they're huge to cover this entire entrance, but I don't think they ever actually close on the show. In fact, this whole area here is blocked out with a wall when they use this as Kelly's office. So you see kind of like the remnants of a wall being slotted in there. Right, let's see if there... Oh look, here's some doors. Is that a door? No, that's just another frame. I think we're good. Because what I don't want to happen is for the new doors to overlap some old ones which I haven't got rid of yet, because the chances are we won't spot them for ages. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's make our way back upstairs. Whee! Okay. So if we start with the double doors first, the big ones. So what we have here is a door frame. And in fact, if we look over here at this door frame, we've got one on this side and another one on this side. So if we have a door appear automatically with the frame, you'll actually get two doors there overlapping. So we also need a way of telling the system to not put a door if we don't need one. So here's one I prepared earlier. This is the actual blueprint which spawns the door frame. And the reason we have these set up as blueprints rather than just straight static meshes is you have a whole load of variables here which control the lights. So here you can see the light LED strips underneath there, just like in the show, and they actually cast light into the alcove, again exactly as it happens on the show. So we want it to be lit as accurately as we possibly can, and all those variables are these ones here. And that's how we can change things like the colour and intensity of the lights. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is to pull in a child actor, which we'll do door. And over here the child actor class is just going to be double door wide. So now we have our door. Nailed it. So we'll rotate that by 90 degrees, and then we'll need to position that because it's not actually quite where we want it to be. So we'll stick that around about there. We want it to be lined up absolutely perfectly, so we want to minus 22, that's too much, minus 21, too much. 21.5, 21.1. This is just a balancing act. Oops. Minus 20.5, minus 20.56. We'll get in there. Minus 20.565. Then we go minus 20.56. Just check. Oh, actually, I think we can go a bit higher than that. Ah, yeah, there we go. So minus 20.65, minus 20.64, minus 20.63. There, perfect. I like everything to be pixel accurate, even if it makes it annoying to do. Okay. So there we have our door. So if we go into the world, we can see that all of a sudden we're surrounded by giant doors everywhere. Just like that, and they fit nice and flush. And these two, of course, are overlapping. So the next thing we need to do is some different door states. And we've got these set up as different blueprints, so we can control them independently. So if we duplicate that, so we want door locked, open, and door locked, closed. Door locked, open, and door locked. Okay, now we want to change the visibility of these actors so that we don't have them all overlapping like that. We also need to control the state of those, so we need an enum, which we'll call enum door states. And for this we want normal and locked, open, and locked, closed. Great. Okay. Now in here we need does it have a door? Which we will default to yes. Just like that. And we also want door state, which is going to be enum underscore door states. Right, there we go. That will allow us to switch on a list of different states. So in the construction script, at the moment this is the blueprint which controls the colour and intensity of all the lights. So we want to take all of that, move that over there. We want to make a sequence. Tidy that up a bit. I'll put these into comment boxes eventually, just to put it out roughly to begin with. So first of all we want to branch, I imagine, because we want to know whether or not it has a door. If it doesn't have a door, then we'll do nothing. In fact, I might get rid of these in a second and do them on here instead. But if it does have a door, we want to switch on the door state. So we want to switch on that. Now what this is going to do is it will allow us to spawn basically these based on their condition. So what we will do, actually, if we get rid of these like so, they should all disappear. Yep. And then all we have to do is we need to get, say, that one, and set visibility to true. And that should work, like so, because the has door is true. Now if we go to the one that isn't overlapping, like the bridge door, and we go has door, now we can decide whether or not it has a door. Hoorah! So then we just need to do the same. So if we bring in that one, and we set the visibility of that one, and then we do the same with that one. There we tidy it all up. I'm quite OCD when it comes to getting all these wires and things all nice and neat. Okay, so do we have a door? Yes or no? And then if we do have a door, what state is that door in? So now, if we look at this, so we've got the bridge doorway here, the door, yes or no, oh, and of course that should be visible in the editor. See, that's now made this here, so we can go normal, locked open, which means the door is locked open, as you'd expect, or locked closed, and in this case the player won't be able to use the control panel to open it, it'll just go no. Now over here, actually let's lock that one open. So of course we've got back-to-back doors here, so I'll take this one and turn the door off. So now we've only got the one door, and we'll also lock that one open. Just like that. We'll also lock this one open. Oh look, same problem on this one. So again, we've got the... that's interesting. Do we have the wrong door frame? Oh, look at that, we do. Entirely the wrong door frame. So the way we've built all these corridor segments is we're approaching it like it's all made of Lego. So all the pieces actually slot together. So we want a large door frame angled, because we have an angled bottom, like that. And then turn on the snapping, which is a plugin, and do that, and you can see that it just kind of goes pop, and pops into position, just like that. Now the issue here is that this corridor is actually too far over, which was pushed out because I put the wrong door frame on there initially. So we'll just have to, let's do this intelligently. So if we get rid of all the stuff we don't need, plus the stars, we don't need that, we don't need that, or that, or that, or that. So now we can just see what we're working on. And if I Control-Alt-Drag, I can actually just pick up lots of stuff like that and move it out of the way. It's not always snapping. So get that over there a minute. So you want that, that, that. Did I get the door frame? Yep. Now if I turn snapping back on, that should just go pop into position, exactly where we want it. Now hopefully let's select everything. Right, now we should have the whole thing selected, which means we should be able to just go pop. Almost. Oh no, that's good because we haven't got a door frame yet. That one's in the right place. That's good, that's good. Where did that door frame go? Hello? Oh, I know I did. Because I've got the main persistent level as my active level, I actually put it on there, so if I bring that back, you can see it. Here's our sneaky little door frame. So make sure that's the active level, and then he can go there like that. What? We don't do gaps. See, that's because the door frame isn't quite where I want it to be. But that'll do for now. I will go and line that up properly later so it's absolutely pixel perfect. I mean, you probably wouldn't notice running around, but I'd know, and it would drive me mad. Okay, so that's the big doors done. And if we bring back B deck, there's probably a couple down here, so what we're looking at on this side. Yeah, so that one needs to be locked open, as does that one. So that's that one. Okay. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to swap that out for a different model in a sec, so let's just open that door. Of course. So, the reason that's all flashing horribly is it's actually Z fighting, so the mesh is trying to occupy the same position as another mesh. And this is the same problem as the overlapping doors upstairs, is because this door frame shouldn't have a door at all, because there's a spacer, which is the width of a door, in there. And I think you'll find on the show as well, there isn't actually a door here in this corridor, so we don't want one either. So, go away. Nice. There we go. And I think that was all of the double doors. Okay. So the next one we need to do is the small door. So this is the standard door used all over the ship. So if we open up the blueprint for that, where are we? That blueprint there. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. So drag all that out the way, make a sequence, tidy it up, because things have to be tidy. Right, so we need our has door. Default to, yes, it does have a door, because why wouldn't it have a door? Enum. So door state, it's not due to state, door state, which has to be enum door states, and we can use the same enum for all of the corridor door frames, because all the doors have the same selection of states, so we don't need to double up on enums. Right, so branch. Does it have a door? If it doesn't have a door, do nothing. And if it does have a door, not branch, we want to switch on the door states. Like that. And then we need to add the doors themselves. So we want to add a child actor. Call it door. So standard double doors this time. And before I duplicate that onto the others, I just need to make sure that it's in the right place. So same as the other one. In fact, if we try the same, what was it? It was 21.7 to start with. That should give us a tiny gap, or not. Let's go a bit further. Okay, so minus 28, no, minus 29. Ooh. Okay, so minus 28.9, minus 28.99, minus 28.98. So we're down to like 1/10 of a millimetre now, so minus, what was it, minus 28.94. Minus 28.92. Ooh, minus 28.91. You know what? Minus 28.9 seems to do it, doesn't it? Right, okay. So that's pretty much where we want it to be. So now I'll just duplicate this one with the same location. So we want door locked open, door locked closed. We're probably never going to use door locked open on one of these doors, but we'll include the option to do so just in case there's ever a use case for it. It could be like, I don't know, if there's a red alert situation and everyone has to get to the escape pods, then it makes sense to suddenly lock all the doors open so people can get out. Right, so we want that one, I want door double locked open, door double locked. And then, just as before, oh, actually, yeah, let's default these to invisible. And then do that. Let's copy that, it's quicker. Okay then. Awesome. So, we should have lovely doors in all of our holes. Fnar. Yep, all looks good. And they should be able to be, like, not there at all. Or, because I haven't turned that on. Lock it open, lock it closed. I'll just have it normal. So these lovely shiny panels here are going to have the door controls on them, and I've come up with an idea where, because you'll notice that, like, take this door here for example, you wouldn't know it, but this door is actually the lift, and then that door and that door are the two doors in and out of Bortus's quarters. Are they though? No, sorry. These two are Bortus's quarters, and that one there is Ed's quarters, as it's used on the show. But you wouldn't know it, because there's not a single label or anything anywhere. There's not like a, this is a lift sign on this door. You just have to know that it's the lift. So on these panels here, what I'm going to do is, because they're essentially just iPads, is to have like a text box at the top here that just says lift. And then on here, you can just have it say, like captain, or something like that. Along with the usual door controls, the numerical keypad and the open and close buttons. But we'll play with that. Make it nice and functional. But there we go. And if I turn all this back on, ooh, look, we missed one. Which way around? So this here is the large angled door frame, which would be one of these. Which one are you? Oh, it is actually that one. So right now this one here is set up as just a static mesh, which means when you drag it into the world, it's literally just a mesh in the world, which isn't any good for us. So what we need to do is turn that into a blueprint, so that we can then start adding some functionality to it, some interactivity. So if we do, I don't normally do it this way. I thought there was an option to turn it into a blueprint. Yeah, there we go. Create blueprint. So we'll call it BP underscore large door frame angled, and we want to stick it in snappable geometry. This folder structure, by the way, it is not final at all. We just literally whacked things on there to make the video. That's all going to be stripped out and cleaned up. Door frames, there we go. So this is just a bare bones blueprint with the static mesh. So the same as the other one. In fact, no, I've got an idea. Scratch that. I'm going to delete that one. Unreal doesn't like deleting things. Dooby-dooby-doo, in your own time. It's busy doing nothing. Oh, there we go. It's crazy that it takes so long, considering it wasn't even used in the world. But this one here already has the code we need, so I'm going to duplicate that and call it large door frame angled. And I differentiate angled and straight because depending on where you are on the ship, you either get an angled bottom or a straight bottom, like on these ones. So on the inside here, you've got a straight door frame, and on the outside you've got an angled door frame. So with the way we've built all the pieces, you can just combine them together and connect them all up and come up with it with any design that you like. Just like Lego. Right, so that's our large door frame angled. So the static mesh is wrong, so we want to change that. Large door frame angled, that one. Now we don't need the LED strips or anything. If I just leave that like that for a moment, get rid of the one that's there, and replace it with that one, you notice that it just popped straight into position without me having to do anything. And that's because we've got sockets set up on all the corridor pieces to make fitting things together easier. So you just have to put it approximately where it needs to go, and it goes boop, just like that. It's really, really cool, which means we can lay out entire decks really, really quickly by just popping pieces together. Now, you'll see that we've got an LED strip there that we don't want, and inside the wall here we've got like a panel there we don't want. So I'll just strip them out because we don't need them. So we don't actually need any of that at all. Which means, in fact, we don't need any of that either. Which means that can go up there, that can go in there, that can be tied to that like that. There. It's nice and simple. And now we can delete these without it moaning at us. And we can also delete all of this as well. Be gone, be gone, be gone. Right, and now we've got a really straightforward, without any lights door frame. Just like that. Why are you doing that? Oh, I know why. It's because the straight door frame has a different width, so we just need to move it back a little bit further. What did we use on this one? It's probably the same number, so I'm going to copy that and paste it in there. That should put it in the right place. Looking good. Look at that, no gap whatsoever. That's what I like to see. Great. And now we can lock it open. And the locked open is going to be in the wrong place. Because I need to paste that on these ones as well. Paste. And paste. Except that was completely the wrong door frame. So, paste. Paste. Marvellous. Great, so that's good, that's good. This one doesn't move yet, because it's one of the big ones. That's an extra large door. Not quite sure how that is supposed to open, because obviously you've got sick bay here, and I'm not even sure whether that's wide enough to take the entire door. Unless it kind of slots into this wall a little bit. Yeah. I have to experiment with that. We might need to make sick bay a little bit narrower on this side to accommodate the width of that door. But lots of things to tweak. Okay, I think we're good. So if I just turn that off and zoom out, what you're looking at here is the extent of the first release that we're going to make, except it will also include Bortus's quarters here, Ed's quarters here, which goes up to the second level, so it's a 2-level with a spiral staircase. And over on this side, there's a door here which leads to something that isn't ever seen on the show. So we've got that to work out. And here, this is the swing set where they have Isaac's science lab and the brig. So that's something we need to decide on what we're going to use. I imagine we're probably going to go with Isaac's science lab so that we can have the anti-banana ray, which would be kind of cool. But once this is done and out there, all of this will be completely rejigged. Because you've got things like, you know, I guess in some ways, this is Ed's bedroom here, right down the hallway from the bridge, and that's not the end of the world. Why are you there? Get out of my life. Yeah, so if this is Ed's bedroom, I mean, does it make sense for the captain to sleep next to the bridge? Some level it does, but I think it would make more sense if this was Kelly's office. So you've got the captain's office here, and then the first officer's office next to it. It just seems to make a lot more sense logically for a layout. And this door here is actually the classroom on the show, which we haven't built yet, it's not there. But again, that doesn't make any sense. And, you know, would sick bay be there? I think it's going to have to be there because of the windows, and that's the only place really that those windows are on the ship. And the commissary here is definitely at the back of the ship, not the front. So we'll probably turn this into just a corridor with windows and put something else here. Or just have like an officer's VIP lounge or something. But yeah, there we go. So that's our first dev video. I hope you enjoyed it, and there will be more to come soon. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon. Bye!